Hi, and welcome to That's a Thing podcast, episode .12.
No, it's .11.
.11.
It's .11.
Okay, .11. It is Wednesday, March the 6th.
Yay! I'm here. My name is Kevin Brown, also known as Raylith on Twitter.
And Drew or False Edwards. And we got those cold takes.
Yeah, we got a new mic. I think we're speaking loud enough. We're hitting about right. It's hitting about right. I'm not going to have to do any post-processing. Are we? Yeah, we are on the blue snowball mic. Because I don't want to do this entire stupid podcast only to discover that at the very end, it turns out I was using the old mic, which may still happen.
The old mic? Oh, you mean the laptop mic.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, laptop mic. Listen, we are very... No, because I don't want to have like a warble.
I have to stretch to reach a side table that
doesn't
have a microphone on it.
I only have one mic. I only have
got two
one.
mics.
Oh, well, like one good mic. I spent money. I spent money on it. Oh man, we're starting to blow out the mic. I think maybe I need to turn it a little down, just a little bit. Anyway, so Drew, there's been stuff going on since last we recorded. All right, did you have anything of note in your week? Anything of note? Any shenanigans?
I'm watching the Boo Saga for really the first time. Whenever it started airing on Toonami, I was at the point of I guess I was burnt out on DBZ and anime wasn't cool to me anymore.
Man, anime was always cool to me. Right, viewers? You should like, comment, and subscribe to talk about how cool anime is. It's not very cool. It's just not. I'm sorry. Anyway, so what do you think about Boo?
I dig it. I think people hate it the same reason they hate Battle of the Gods, because it's too Toriyama.
Well, yeah, I honestly... Oh, I was going to get a drink.
It's too goofy for them. They want their Dragon Ball Z to have that butt rock in the background.
Yeah, if you think about it, the old, Bruce Falconer soundtrack and stuff, to me, the most equivalent thing is Dragon Ball Z really reminds me of, it was sold and semi-edited to be more like wrestling, if you consider, that old soundtrack sounded like a wrestling intro theme, here's Vegeta, he's coming, but the old one's more it's kind of goofy.
Yeah.
It's supposed to. There's Dragon Ball Z is supposed to be kind of goofy,
yeah.
And I feel like
Boo gets more goofy.
Yeah, but as I've gotten older, I've kind of accepted that it's supposed to be goofy, and I appreciate it. But I can understand how 12-year-old me was disappointed. I feel like Super Saiyan 3 looks dumb.
No,
and that's
the lack of eyebrows.
But I think that's kind of on purpose of Toriyama. Okay, you want another transformation? All right, his hair gets even bigger, and he gets no eyes because all that hair just went through that. I can see him into making that and say, "Here you go."
Yeah, it's also just I don't know how else to make the next stage of Super Saiyan, because we already did spiky hair and then spikier hair.
Yeah.
So now you got the only more spiky hair.
Yeah, it's great. But and it's the fact that just Goten and Trunks, they do it. They do Super Saiyan, and then they just do Super Saiyan.
That's also on brand for Toriyama's thing of it's funny that a little kid can do X.
Yeah.
Or it's that's all Dragon Ball is for a vast chunk is oh wow, Goku's so strong. So now he's I get to bring this joke back.
Yeah, he loves it. Him love his joke. So anything else?
I played Warframe and it was okay. I played the tutorial mission, and then I got to your own ship thing, and I was just I think I'm done.
That's fine.
That's kind of all I need out of Warframe.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. I think it's good. I think of all those kind of games, it's probably the best because it's free.
Yeah.
You can there's no $60 Destiny tax.
Yep.
Or there's no it's just here you go. And I think with some of those games that really helps because it probably doesn't help their sales, but it does help their interest. You know, like
it gets a user base.
Yeah, like
it's an install
I would
base.
not have tried Warframe if it cost money.
No.
I would not have and I played it a lot. I eventually got bored with it, but I played it for like a month, and I really enjoy it. But I enjoyed it, but I just got to the point where it was just kind of like, all right, I get it. You know, you get to that point where you've done the loop, and you're like, yeah, I'm done. I have that problem with MMOs and a lot of stuff that we may be talking about later.
Okay.
But so that's it for you?
That and Julia and Negan came out, and they don't feel good on like a first initial touch because
they're weird.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of how I want my DLC to like.
Well, I mean, like Armor King doesn't feel weird.
Well, what I mean is like, I feel like Tekken 7 has a deep enough roster where you can throw in the weirdo.
Yeah,
like I'm not feeling like there's something missing from like Tekken. So when Negan comes out and feels like he doesn't control right, I'm like, yeah, okay, because it's like, yeah, give me the freak picks for DLC. If I didn't have Jin, but had a weirdo like Negan, then I'd be like, well, what's going on?
Yeah, you don't want a bunch of Shotos announced as DLC for Street Fighter. You want an actual variety.
Yeah, you want the weirdos.
Speaking of, we still have no idea what this season of Street Fighter V is.
Well, listen, this podcast started with me forgetting to talk about old Kage.
Yeah.
And it will continue. That's how it will end. The last episode will be me forgetting to comment about Kage.
He got a new butler outfit for DLC costume.
Well, that's nice. All right, my business. Nothing new. I'm still working on Resident Evil 2. I beat Birkin 1 as Claire B. I want to finish that up before Devil May Cry because I try whenever I do a video game is I try to actually finish it before I get a new one.
Wise decision.
So, because I think a lot of people have the problem of like, well, now I have 500 games. It's like, no, I have to. It for budgetary and like reasons is I need to finish before I continue. Otherwise, you just. Even if you don't buy a lot of games, they start to pile up.
Yes, they do. And it is, thankfully, if there were more users like Kevin, we would not get an annual Steam sale.
Yeah. So for better or worse. And I've also played Pokemon Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon. I started that up for reasons, and I have problems with that game. So we're just going to segue into it.
Yeah.
Segue into it. New Pokemon was announced, Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yep.
We don't know much about it other than that it's happening. It looks like
it's in England.
It's in England or Scotland.
Yep.
So
Manchester.
I love all of the. All right. So I love all of these like angry Scottish lass.
I don't think it's just Scottish. I think it's Cockney.
It's just upset UK girl. Yeah. Who's like drunken and surly.
Yeah.
I love that that's this character. She's like, get out of the Pokeball, you wee shit.
Yeah, it's real good.
So I'm like, yeah, no, that's great. Like, to me, that's like the fastest like newcomer has gone from like player
personality
to
total personality.
To the point where like, so I am going to probably make my player character a girl in that game. Simply because they have
the most clothes
options.
options.
They have better clothes options. It's like it's just the dudes in Pokemon, like that could be a whole other thing of like gender choice in game. Yeah. But like I don't, at least maybe because they're like teens and children, that I don't see it as me anymore. So, like, when I'm playing a game and I'm like, nah, that's me. This is my choices. But in Pokemon, it's like, no, there's no choices. I want the one with the most clothes.
Yeah, that's the only choice you get to make.
That is gone from like, no, I need to put myself in the game to, nah, this is my character.
Speaking of problems with Ultra Sun and Moon, I hated the clothes system in that game because like the dye system was obtuse. So like if you could buy a piece of clothes, and then like you can go into like the little like sub
Union Link, whatever.
Yeah, whatever that is. And then it's like, oh, if you got like the amount of berries you needed to make dyes was absurd. And B, like, why couldn't, like, if I dyed it once, it should have just been unlocked for that clothing to, like, pick any of the
Oh, no. See,
colors
that's...
I dyed.
So, if I had to go into another thing, a spiel, is that a lot of things in Pokemon feel like they're designed as an MMO or a subscription game, but the game isn't. Like, there's a lot of weird time-wasty things, and you're like, but I'm not paying, like, a monthly fee for this. Why does it take so much? And it's... But I don't... Okay, so back on topic. Sword and Shield. I think they're good. The graphics, I think, look good. I think they kind of look like an up-res 3DS game, but not really... I don't think in a bad way. Like, I don't look at those graphics and go, it looks ugly. I just look like... It looks like Pokemon.
Yeah. I'm wondering if, since it's on the Switch instead of a Game Boy, if, like, the base game is just going to have all the Pokemon in it.
Well, if you looked at the links of the, like, during the trailer, they were showing Pokemon from a bunch of different, like, they showed, like,
that's why I was wondering it.
Yeah, so I think you're gonna have either some sort of, like, Safari Zone or something, or maybe you might, because it feels like either you're gonna be able, so there is a thing called, like, Pokemon Bank where you can transfer your stuff up. And either that has to be compatible with this, so you can transfer your stuff from, like, Sun and... Because they're all catchable in, like, the Sun and Moon, basically from 3DS.
Yeah.
So you'd think that if it's not in there, you could import it in. At least I would hope it would be. I do have some concerns, and this is gonna get... This is my deep... Okay, no. Before I get there... starters, I think, are all good.
Yeah, there's not a bad one in the
I think they're all fine. I have no qualms with any of them.
It's nice to see everyone loves the water for once. Since,
Yeah.
like, water has had some rough starters.
Yeah, it kind of... I don't know. Well, so Popplio's good.
Poplio's okay, yeah.
Squirtle's great.
But Water Otter is not good.
Oshawott not very good.
Oshawott's second stage is fantastic, and then they ruin it with
Well,
the
its third doesn't... It's one of the... Pokemon has this problem where, like, the third feels like it's another... Like... It's just like, you don't match 1 and 2. You're just like, Oshawott's third does not make sense to me, comparatively to, like, because it's like a seal. It goes from, like, an otter to a seal, and then it loses its hands, but it's supposed to using its, like, shit. Whatever. Okay, so I like them. I will probably go the water one. I like Sobble.
I'm not buying it because I'm not buying a Switch for one game.
Alright, I see you. No, believe me, I hear you. I think
But I like the rabbit.
Rabbit's good.
It's set in England, and there's a rabbit. You pick the rabbit, and you name it Fiver or Hazel or Bigwig.
Yeah, I like the monkey. Like, he's my least favorite of the three. Grookey?
Okay, Grookey. I keep wanting to think it's just grass and monkey, so it's just Grunky.
Nah, it's Grookey.
Grookey.
That sounds like some character from a game. Like, there's someone's like, oh, look, it's Grookey. It's Grookey. It's a Grookey.
You know, it's the grass monkey from Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yeah, but he's good. I've like... So, I made a tweet about this, which you probably already know. I like the shading model of it when you've compared, like, to the Let's Go and the Sun.
Because it's the same model.
It's the same... Well, they've been the same models from Generation XY, whatever that was.
6.
Because those were future-proofed, so they made them way more polygonal, so you can update them. So they didn't have... Because they didn't want to keep making, like, here's the Pikachu model every whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like the shading looks good. I do have some slight concerns. I think the route looks... If you look at it, it looks linear. Like, it looks like it's a straight line. If you zoom in, it might be a little bit more, because it kind of... Once you get... So the Galar region, whatever, is shaped kind of like a... I think it's shaped like a sword.
I thought it was shaped like an upside-down UK.
I think it's like a UK... Like, if you took, like, the top half of Scotland and, like, the bottom half of like, England, and you stitched them together. But it's kind of shaped like a line. But around the middle of it, there is, like, a bit where you can see, like, there's towns that branch. So I think it might be less linear than it appears. The routes feel like Sun and Moon, or like when you see the girl and she's going and she gets with the challenge by the trainer, like the routes and like the tall grass kind of look like Sun and Moon. I'm not thrilled that the random encounters are back in the tall grass, because in Let's Go Pikachu, you could see the Pokemon before you get encountered.
In Ultra and Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, or vice versa, how there were like certain, you'd see like a Poochyena tail, and that Poochyena would be special, but you could still see him in the grass and choose to interact or not.
Yeah, well, but in the full Let's Go, like their overworld sprite would be there, and you could walk into them and then challenge, which I think to me it speeds up the. I know there's like a Caterpie in here.
And you just need a Caterpie.
I need a Caterpie. I can walk to the Caterpie. I think that's one of those personal preference-y things where I thought that was cool. I think a lot of my criticism of this game, I can't really do anything yet because there's just not enough. I really want the battle system to be changed or dealt with in some way. I don't think they will.
They're not going to.
Even already... just a rebalancing or just something. Because it's... I don't think people care.
And like, what's its gimmick gonna be?
The rumor is armored evolution.
Don't give me rumors. Don't give me that garbage.
Then I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I hope that the gimmick is not like the Z moves in the Mega, where it's basically a press a button to make your Pokemon super strong or kill the other Pokemon. Because I don't think that does anything interesting tactically.
What if affection actually mattered to your Pokemon?
Oh, I think that'd be neat. I think it'd be... There's a lot of stuff I'd like. I'd like it if it was... if there was some sort of like turn menu or something. Like, so you can maybe have like I want more attacks to have like recharge and recoil. So it's like, oh, I have a less powerful attack, but I can use it to hit twice. Mm-hmm. But then I have a thing, and like that kind of thing is what I would like.
More strategic offensive moves instead of just, well, I'm going to do the stat buff, stat debuff,
fire move that the attack that's the same attack, and then I kind of would also like. If they're not going to change the battle system, I want them to steal what World of Final Fantasy did, which was you're still like, so you're catching like the little Final Fantasy monsters, but each one had a specific thing you could do to make them catch way easier. So like some were like, if you put them to sleep, it was like a guaranteed catch.
Yeah.
And you'd have to like figure out like, oh, what's the special thing? Like if I heal it, then if I use a healing move on it, then it thinks I'm friendly, and it will just let me catch it instantly.
Yeah.
I kind of would, like, I think that would add some to, like, the catch.
Add some flavor to it.
Yeah, just make it so it's not like every catch is whittle them down, throw the ball, or whittle them down, status effect, throw the ball, until it just gets in there.
So which of the new Pokemon do you think is going to get added to Smash?
So we've had the fire Pokemon. We've had 2 fire Pokemon.
Yeah.
We had Charizard. Well, so we had the Kanto 3. We've had. It's probably going to be a starter.
Yeah, that's a safe bet.
I think unless we get a legend. So they're either starters or legendaries or Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
That's your
Pikachu.
Well, Pikachu technically is a starter.
Oh, I was going to say
he's been a starter. He's been a starter in 2 games.
Yeah, that is true.
So Pikachu's a starter. So it's either going to be, of the 3, I feel like Grookey.
That's what I would say, because they did Greninja and they did Charizard standalone.
Yeah.
So to balance it out, it would be the grass guy.
And he has a bat, and we all know... Or he has a stick, and that stick might turn into a bat. And Smash Brothers loves characters with a sword or a bat.
Disjointed hitboxes.
Yep, they adore it. And that to me screams, yo, come on in. Like, that's the one. I think, or if they want to be lazy, it's just the rabbit, and he's like a kickboxer.
Yeah, it's just...
Because I could see him turning... Yeah, I could see him turning into like a kickboxer.
Some sexy amalgamation of Low Bunny and... Blaziken.
Yeah, I could see it. Playing the footy. Okay. So if he does turn into a soccer player, to me, naming him Sinsway is okay because he's gonna be kick. You know he's gonna make a ball out of fire and kick it.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have the thing where in his Z move is he takes off his hand and there's a gun.
Yeah.
Like Cobra, which I didn't catch until I started watching Cobra.
Yeah.
That
He has
Tagashi,
a psycho gun.
yeah, he had a literal psycho gun.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. Because to me, I always thought that was weird. I didn't quite I'm like, why is there like a gun?
This seems completely out of left field.
And then I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Japan does not care about ripping stuff
No,
out.
it just doesn't.
Yeah.
He's probably yeah. All right. So I have hopes for that. I think I think if the bare minimum so Sun and Moon are weird because they are. This is okay. This has been on my brain, and I got to make sure to get it out. Sun and Moon. So I'm replaying Ultra Sun and Moon, and that game's biggest problem, the biggest problem by bar none.
How handholdy it is.
I would dare say how handholdy it is because it really wants you to watch cutscenes, and the cutscenes and the story in that game, well, not like objectively terrible, are a Pokemon story. You know what's going to happen. Like, there's no surprise of, oh no, the villain team is here. Oh no, what do you think this team is who keeps talking about how they really like Pokemon? But don't go down into the sub-levels, but we really like Pokemon. Uh-oh, maybe one of the characters who's wearing all white might be connected, or actually the character we saw at the beginning of the game running away from the Aether Foundation, and then the Aether Foundation might not be so innocent after all. And it's just like, there's a point where I beat like the gym leader of the second island, and I was in cutscenes for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it not like it was like, here you're in an area, walk around. And it didn't even let me walk around for half of that. And then I was in like a railroaded area where I had to walk, and I don't want this game to like railroad me into cutscenes because
especially like I feel like there's a lot of in-game cutscenes, not even like where the camera has moved around. It's a lot of like watching a character move and then like
that's what I'm saying. It's not like that's when I'm saying cutscenes. That's what I mean. I'm not being like a CG or like something cool, because there's moments in like even the Game Boy Advance games when like Groudon rose from the thing and it would cut away and it would show like a pixel animation of him coming out and going like, for like 5 seconds.
But no, it's just characters moving around and dialogue boxes popping up.
And that's what I mean. Like there is that, and it goes on for like 15 minutes. It makes you really appreciate Red and Blue having the leader of the bad organization be the final gym leader. Yeah, or it's just like, haha, it's like me. Like a genuine twist. It's me. Or spoiler alert in Black and White, where you're doing your Elite Four challenge and the enemy team interrupts it. Yeah. It says, "Nah, you're fighting us now. I'm the real final boss." Yeah. And to me, it's just like, other than that, like if they just take that out, I'll be a little. They won't. I just don't want... Like every good webcomic, when they've decided, no, we want to push our narrative now. Oh, and God. They lose the magic as they go through that. Although, I would say, and I still don't have much faith, if that narrative is good... It won't be. Well, listen, like, I want it to either be, like, personally... I want that game to have balance patches and stuff, but they will never do it. They will never, ever do it. Like, I want them to just, like I would want them to buff and nerf Pokemon on every couple of months level, but I know they would never do it. I don't want that. Well, because there's ones that are garbage. Yeah, I'm not saying there aren't, but I'm just saying I do not like buffs and I do not like balance patches that frequent for anything. I do when you're trying to sell basically a card game which is that's what Pokemon is. The battling at the end.
I still don't like
well, it's okay. So maybe not every 2 months, maybe every 6 months.
I'm more okay with that, but
if you're not going to release a game or because usually like in card games they don't balance it because there's an expansion that comes out and that changes up the people.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to do that or even if you're not adding new characters, then I expect either a yearly or a semi-yearly balance patch because that does similar things. Like
it would just be nice if they would also just make Pokemon viable. Like,
well, that's what I mean.
Every Pokemon just viable from the start. They know how to do it.
One of my suggestions, if I was thinking about, I would love some sort of like, if you have X amount of Pokemon on your team, and this is stolen from me playing Dota Auto Chess, then they get like a boost.
Oh, you want like the gym? You want like a stab, but for the team?
Yeah, like so if you have all EVs in your team, you're not getting like if you have 3 fire Pokemon in your team, then all fire attacks do 20% more damage or something. But if you have all EVs in your team, you're not going to have the specific type bonus, but you might have the special EV bonus, and they all get like 10% more whatever. Mm-hmm. And I think that would, because to me that makes some decisions, because you can buff and nerf that bonus, and it makes you having to choose quote-unquote suboptimally to keep your bonus up.
Yeah. It's also, it never made sense in the anime why there's characters who are like Misty. But like, why would you just be a water trainer?
Yeah.
But like in that setting, they can use moves in unusual ways. There's a Scyther that could use Swords Dance to repel fire attacks.
Yeah. And it's stuff like, you could do things where...
Also, give me more decent poison Pokemon.
That would... Well, that's part of the... So, because you don't have any, like, your balance is only going up, because all they have to deal with is basically stats. Yeah. It's stats and types and abilities. Mm-hmm. And there are poison Pokemon that were real... Weezing was a stunt. Like, that thing was great. That is a great Pokemon, but it's been power creeped up so it can't deal with it anymore. Because with, like, it's tanky, it does damage, but with the Z move that, like, hits it for, like, it can't survive.
Just one-shots it.
It can't survive Alakazam's Z move Psychic. It just can't. It was not built to survive that. And that's what you're dealing with. And I just think that if you had, like, compositions, then you got to choose, and it makes, even, you can even do, like, negatives, where, like, here's Mewtwo, but if Mewtwo's on your team, all your other Pokemon get, like, a 10% decrease, because they're afraid of
it. They come out and get hit by intimidation.
Yeah, because they're afraid. Like, your own Pokemon go down.
Yeah.
So then, it's like, oh man, he's real tough, but then your other team goes way... Like, I think that's how you could balance some of the really good Pokemon.
It also does the thing that any competitive game needs to survive, of making your team feel like your team.
It makes you feel like, yo, I put Tentacruel in there. Because he gives me the 2 poison bonus and the 3 water bonus. Yeah. And now, that's the linchpin. That's why I'm a genius.
The only problem with your idea is just how many grass poison Pokemon there are.
Yeah. But it's just, to me, that's how you change, like, maybe the grass needs 4, maybe the steel needs 2, maybe the whatever. And I think, like, to me, because that doesn't change, like, the actual Pokemon, but it gives you an incentive to use them. Yeah. I don't think they'll do it. No, I think that's too complicated. I think we are going to get basically a reskinned Mega Evolution or something equivalent in this game. I would hope we don't, but I feel like we do. And back to reskin things, some other news, EVO's lineup came out.
Yeah, EVO.
So Smash Melee
is out.
So, all right.
It's that with the combination of adding Unist and Samurai Showdown. But mostly, like, adding Unist has restored a lot of good faith to me to EVO.
Yeah. I think it's... So,
and I think it's also important to focus more on Unist being added than it is Melee being dropped.
Well, Melee, to me, because I feel like Melee should have been dropped because there's one Smash.
But you just don't like Melee.
I don't like Melee. I like Smash. Smash Ultimate being in there is fine. I think that's good. I think that's the Smash representation. Just like how I think Mortal Kombat 11 is the NetherRealm representation.
Like, I would have been okay without MK11 there.
I think, like, in my opinion, the EVO main stage, everyone should have, like, that's us, right? Like, Street Fighter's there.
Yeah.
That should be, that's us. You know, the Tekken is there. That's like, to me, that's the popular 3D fighter.
Yeah.
You have...
Well, Soul Calibur 6 is also there.
Okay, so that's actually one of my issues is... Soul Calibur 6 is fine. I think it's weird, and I think it's probably Toei. I think Dragon Ball Z Fighter should have been there. Like,
Isn't it?
It's not.
Oh,
DBZ Fighters is not on the EVO. It ain't. It's live fact checking. Let's go. On the podcast, pulling up EVO 2019 lineup. And here we go. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, it is?
Yeah, it is. It wasn't at EVO Japan, but...
Oh, it wasn't here. So this is 2019. Oh, so
yeah.
It is there.
Yeah, it is there.
Okay,
yeah,
I must have zoned it out.
Yeah, it wasn't at EVO Japan, and Smash wasn't at EVO Japan, but they're both at EVO America.
Oh, okay, that's
because
weird.
The licensing for different countries is different.
Okay.
So, like, you know, whoever is in charge of Dragon Ball Fighters and Smash here, even though it's the same parent company, can do stuff with it.
Okay, so it's one of those. It's why like okay.
Yeah.
So I was maybe that's what confused me.
Current talk is Smash Ultimate might be the closer for Sunday.
I could see it
because it's currently still in the lead for entrance, and like if it breaks like the all-time record,
I could also see
it crazy for it to close out, which is nice for me because that means I get to
go to bed.
Yeah, I get to stop watching.
But I think I like. To me, Ultimate, and I feel like it's its time. Like, I think if Smash closed it out, and maybe this is because my feeling of Smash has really improved because Melee's gone, and that attitude of Melee just bothers me. Mm-hmm. Like because Smash doesn't bother me, it's Melee that bothered me, and it's.
I mean, I would rather watch Melee than Smash 4.
I wouldn't watch any of them, but just. To me, Smash 4 is less stinky, so I'm glad it's there. I think Under Night is great. I think Under Night is fantastic.
It's a big testament to community efforts that have pushed that game as much as they have and gotten it to the big stage.
And it's a cool game.
Yeah, it is.
It's cool. Like when I was playing Cross Tag Battle, which is also there. Like, a lot of my team was all Under Night characters. I'm like, man, these guys are cool. It's that kind of... Under Night is that kind of anime that's really anime, but I dig it. It has, like... Oh, hold on. Is Nolan here? All right, pause. Hold on. Nolan showed up. Nolan, introduce yourself.
Hi, Nolan.
He showed up.
Nolan Line at Twitter.
All right, we're going to catch you up. Nolan, what do you think about Pokemon Sword and Shield?
I like Sobble.
All right.
Sobble's my boy.
He's pretty good.
I want to protect him.
He's great. All right, we just started talking about the EVO lineup. We gave our thoughts. So what do you feel about EVO 2019?
The evil has been defeated.
Yeah, Melee is dead.
I mean, it's not, but...
It's dead. It's dead.
It's going to be in the side turners, so... Yeah,
no, I mean, that's
fine.
No.
Yeah, but it's also that side turn's not going to get that much attention.
Good. They can get... They've
like, why would a pro Smash... Melee player go to EVO just for a side turn?
I mean, I understand why the Melee community was upset because when Mr. Wizard was doing that thing, there's that filthy mirror in the background, and they're like, oh, that filthy mirror, it's just like us. But then they discovered that no, the filth was not there. Also, why was that mirror so gross?
I don't know.
I didn't like that.
I didn't even watch the reveal.
Oh, well, I didn't either, but there's pictures when you see them, and there's like this really nasty looking mirror. It looked
it's
like
Las Vegas.
Would
what do
you
you expect?
anything less
No, I actually
from
wouldn't.
the FGC?
Yeah, you gotta have that grime. I think the lineup overall is pretty good. I think you got your anime game. It always makes me feel somewhat uncomfortable when games that are not even out or like announced,
Yeah.
like Sam Show and
And
MK, and it's kind of like And I do think Dead or Alive is getting snubbed.
No, the reason it is they've had it there before, and people just don't show up for it.
Oh,
That makes sense.
If you want a better discussion on this lineup, I would watch the Ultra Chin
oh yeah.
episode from the week of the EVO lineup.
Well, listen, if
reveal.
you wanted a better discussion on anything, you ain't listening to us. This is the raw opinions.
Yeah, it's not. This thing comes out way too late.
Yeah.
After the announcement to be raw.
Well, that's why it's like the aged. We're like, we've taken the meat and we put it in the cellar and let all the microbes dig in.
Yeah, so I feel an obligation.
Yeah, that's the quality we want. That's what you just said.
So I feel an obligation to point people to where they can actually get better opinions and information.
Yes, Giant Bomb.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one.
That and Ultra Chin.
No, or this. No, listen, there's like a million better things you could be
Yeah.
doing well with your time. Like even taking a nap.
But put this on in the background while you
Yes,
nap.
subliminal.
It's like the ocean.
yes, lull you to sleep.
I will say, before we actually touched Eunice, I was like, I don't think it needs to be on there. But no.
It's great.
It's great.
It's cool.
I like that.
And incomprehensible.
Yeah, oh,
I don't
Oh,
know
it's got
how-
the grid system.
So yeah, okay, so I was reading
you
a
gotta
thing.
get your grids, and then you gotta take their grids.
The easiest way to get grid in that game is just hold down, back, and block.
Really?
Yeah, you'll build grid just from doing that, and the other guys will drain.
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
I started reading a tutorial about how to get good at that game, and
Oh.
it starts with, if you ask somebody that, they'll tell you just build grid through Vorpal. and he's like, but then I started wondering, well, that doesn't tell you how to do Vorpal. It's like,
No, that's why. No, that game's great. That game is great.
Yeah.
It is confused. It is a game where I feel like aesthetically it is Englishy and as confusing as like it gives you a paragraph of text that talks about like the EX latest to the fake bodies, the in-births, and it's like, yeah, no, that's the system.
I will also say I think that game is awful until you find the one character in the cast that is your character.
Oh, but that's every fighting game.
No, it's not. There's some games that Smash Brothers feels good because everyone feels kind of the same.
Yeah, well, like, because it's kind of why I was down
Maybe
on.
I've just played random for so
Yeah.
long in Smash. That
Well, I was down on like Street Fighter V for a while because I didn't feel there wasn't a character I was like, nah, that's it. 'Cause in some games, like I'll find that character and it makes me like it a lot more. Even if that character is bad, it's just that's the one that feels good.
Like you say that, my actual opinion is it's whenever you see a character on stream and you think that shit is tight, that's your actual character. Because it's like, no, I want to do that to people.
No, yeah.
To me-
that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Oh, for me, it's
Like the second I saw Hidden Dragon, I was like, I want that. I want that right
Yeah,
there.
I want to be hitting that. So
yeah. But I think the Evo lineup's good.
Only thing I can't say is Mortal Kombat. Like you said, Mortal Kombat and Showdown haven't come out, so we don't know if they're
Actually
they should
good?
be good.
I have hopes for Mortal Kombat, and by playing old Samurai Showdowns, if that plays the same way, and we get the final match of two guys down backing.
I think I've heard the jumps are less floaty in the new one, which I think is a good thing.
That would
'cause
that
jumps
would
are
help.
huge.
Yeah, an old Sam show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, like those are two like franchises that are just set, so it's really hard to screw those up.
Yeah.
Like even if it was just an up-res of the last game with some different stuff, I would say it's not going to be a garbage fire. It's not going to be like they're going to release Mortal Kombat and the punches won't work. Like they know how to like.
Well, the PC version.
Well,
Punches
yeah,
might
that's
not
a
work.
piece of PS4, but it's. And I think it's a good line. I think it's stunning that like there's so many good fighting games.
See, what I like about the EVO lineup is it's told me that Sam Show comes out before August.
That is
Because
true.
I didn't know the release date for
Yeah,
it.
I did not. I was
So,
I
like,
know-
I know that Catherine, only reason it's not EVO 2019 is it comes out in September. Otherwise, full body would be there.
What was the Samurai Showdown? Like they're doing a playable demo. I think it's like one of the PAXs that are coming out.
It's like
It was in the
it's
trailer.
PAC or it's some other con.
I always assume it's all Penny Arcade Expo.
South by Southwest.
Yeah. The Mortal Kombat leaks, kinda.
I haven't even looked. All I've seen is Ultra David keep talking about like, oh, I'm avoiding the leaks. It's like, shut up, Ultra David. It's not funny. It wasn't funny yesterday when you tweeted it 5 times. It's not funny today.
Like, I looked at it. I think that why it feels like an actual leak where it's like, nah, someone took a picture of like a workstation of like.
We're gonna spoil. Tell me who's in it. Give it.
I don't mind.
Skip ahead like a minute.
If you don't want to know, it's pretty normal.
Oh, it's like everyone you expect.
Yeah, like there's like
Did you just try to Google MK11 Isekai?
Yeah. Where is it? Where's that picture?
Shiva. Let's do it this way.
New
Shiva.
roster leak?
Is she on the leak?
No, I can't find the picture.
I like Shiva.
But it's
Everyone
basically
would
everyone you would think would be on there. So like the Combat Kids are back. Jackie Briggs is in there. Like Devore, like Johnny.
Devore's
Cage,
already announced. Johnny
like
Cage already
Noob
announced.
Saibot.
The guy who throws the hat, Kung Lao.
Yeah, Kung Lao. It's
Okay,
not that surprising. There's a few new. Frost is coming back.
That's okay.
Oh.
I'd seen that on another leak.
And a new character called the Collector with a K.
Of course.
Is this in there? So I don't know. But it's to me.
Really pushing that gimmick.
It's not astounding, but also it's in the retrospect. It's like, yeah, it's the Mortal Kombat. The robots aren't in, which is kind of a shame, but they'll be DLC.
DLC, yeah.
They'll be another tri-board. But I mean, it's fine. So that's the news. What I will probably be doing in the comments of this podcast, if I remember, is I want to change up the format of when these things are released. I will probably be switching to a Friday release.
That way things can be more topical.
Yeah, and just if I want to do like it lets me open up Wednesdays if I want to do something else. If I want to do a cartoon or a movie that can be released, or even just a video, it allows Wednesday to be the other. So it allows me to have like a standard Monday. There's Monday, Friday, or for the normal things, and Wednesdays for the weird thing. Like if I have a comic or even something like additional I want to do. It's just so that's going to be happening. Also because I liked the format where we just recorded on Thursday. It was fun. I just wanted to have a more. This is for more formal things. Of more things I want to like make sure I hit. I want to have a Saturday record. So I'm just letting it. This is that people can know how the
Transparency.
sausage is made.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like if there's things I really want to talk about, I want to do it on a Saturday. But if it's things I don't care or just whatever, then a Thursday.
Just let's roll through this.
Yeah, because to me it's
hot topics.
like I don't want to have ones where like we do all this stuff and then we hit end recording and it's like we didn't talk about Mortal Kombat or something.
We didn't talk about this big new thing.
Yeah.
Or
So-
just like look at our phones. Uh-oh.
Oh, we forgot. Whatever. So by the next time you'll hear us, so Nolan, you're gonna be on Devil May Cry 5 duty.
Oh, yeah.
You need to play it, and you need to have a report to talk about it, because I may or may not have played it by then. I'm still working on. I want to finish Resident Evil 2.
I will have a report. But I am so pissed off about DMC.
Did you see the trailer?
No, not that.
Oh.
It's I can't get the Steelbook edition unless I order it from the UK, and I hate this.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah, you don't get your Dantes.
I want my stupid, dumb stuff that's just for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you don't
No,
get
I
it.
love Steelbook games.
No,
the
it's
best.
fancy.
Yo, Mr. K's has a whole section of Blu-rays that's just steel case releases.
I like that.
I thought you were gonna say it's just the steel case. Like, so yeah, there's no DVD in there. I just get to put it on my shelf and say, yeah, I watched this.
It's like, hey, can you watch the movie? No, there's nothing in that.
It's like one of those. It's like one of those fancy like studies where people have where they just have like all of their books that they don't read, but it makes them look really clear.
I like the idea of just you have this big study and then like you grab a book and it's all empty.
Yeah,
It's just the cover.
Oh no! Oh, that
Just the
Like-
dust jacket.
Like maybe you have like a row of the books you actually read, and there's everything else.
So
in
when you pull out, it's not even a book with blank pages; it's just cardboard box pages.
I think I need to end this podcast.
That's a
This is a $1
very
million
good premise.
idea. Later
Don't
days.
steal.
Later
Do not
days.
steal. It's copyrighted.
Copyright.